Hey guys, it's your own boy, the one only Great Dane, back with the December new Brawl, well, I guess, what would you even call this again? Super Pass? I just got finished doing the Brawl Stars video, so I'm still a bit off, but yeah, we have the new December Gem Pass in Squad Busters. Again, yes, I know the game is ending, but I'm still going to keep doing these videos until we don't have any more passes, just, you know, for the sake of it, I guess, right? Memento, what's going on in the game, etc, etc. But the most interesting thing I saw when logging in is I think the Squad League leaderboard is glitched again, because as you guys can clearly see, my trophies at around, I was almost to 4,000 this time, was cut in half like it usually should be, but there's quite a few players who seem to still have way more than 4,000 trophies, and the cap was, essentially, if you guys don't know, you could get up to 8,000 trophies, and it'd cut you down to 4,000, but anything more than that essentially was lost. And again, you don't get anything special for really getting top 3 anyway. I think you might get a little more style tickets, but at this point it very clearly doesn't matter. Yeah, I have no idea why those people have more than 4,000. Must be glitched again. I think it happened the same thing when I did the video last time, that it took them a few days to fix it or something, or at least a day to fix it. We'll have to see, but yeah, anyway, if we actually go to the pass itself, only 10,000 coins just like last time. Again, if you have the coins, it's pretty goofy not to buy it, because obviously you get way more than 10,000 coins on this pass. Fortunately, of course, no exclusive items on here, but again, the game is going away, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Something interesting I noticed while playing though is that the people who bought the exclusive Supercell ID skins, I don't believe they were refunded their Supercell ID points, unfortunately, but they do still have those skins. Again, I don't know if they would rather have the skins now knowing that the game is ending, but they do at least have the skins for the remainder of this game, I will say that, and it's something I can't get or anyone else at this point, because, you know, they took down the Squad Busters Supercell store, so they get to flex that a little bit, right? It's the best thing they can do, but I've seen people probably intentionally using those skins because they can't get a refund or something. Or hey, maybe they did. Again, I know I didn't spend my ID points on that, so again, if they got to get the skins and get a refund, you know, that's pretty good for them. But as far as I'm aware, I don't think so, and all I know is they didn't cover it, so yeah, again, hopefully maybe one of you guys that has gone through that can put in the comments whether or not you were able to get a refund on your Supercell ID points. But I don't know anyone who has bought them, and I don't know, you know, I haven't done it myself, so I just don't know. But yeah, again, there's no point in really covering the actual pass itself, because guess what? It's just like the November one. The only difference here is that we have the same recycled background from last year, when I believe it probably wasn't called the December pass. I don't know, I'd have to look. But again, this is something I was a little worried about, is it because if they keep using these same pass names over and over again, eventually it's going to get to the point where I'm recording this, I'm going to have to go, oh, it's January Pass 2 or something like that, right? Because it'll get confusing at a point, right? Because how do you know if you're looking at the one from 2026 or 2025? I don't know. I'll have to put it in the title or something. But anyway, something frustrating I came up across, which again, you can tell I have an exceedingly absurd amount of hero points now, is, I guess I can't show you guys, unfortunately, in the video because I haven't actually played any matches, but essentially, and anyone who was, they call them whales, right, who spend way too much money on mobile games to max out their characters immediately, would know is that if you already maxed everything out and you try to claim these quests, it just won't let you. It tells you to spend your hero points first. But guess what? I have every hero maxed out. I bought everything. I can't spend them anymore, so that also means I literally can't complete the quests anymore. So again, I can't get those extra hero points, not that I need them. I can't get the chest coins. You know, I can't get any of it, unfortunately. It'll still let me spend the money to replace the quest, of course, but I can't actually get anything from it. So again, I wish I could at least get the coins from day 3. I don't really care about anything else, but you know, I still would have completed the quest. Again, I'm still hoping in this update that should be coming very soon, the December update, that we'll end up getting essentially some kind of bug fix or something like that, because everyone should eventually end up coming across that issue, even if they're free to play, that they just can't complete the quests anymore. But yeah, again, to my surprise, we have a Squadmas Advent calendar now, so I have no idea what we're... Oh, come on. 500, that's hardly anything. Okay, here's my question. Did they end up recycling this from last year as well, right? Obviously the rewards are different because it wasn't until around, I want to say, like April or May that Heroes or 2.0 even got introduced, so I'm assuming they reused all these assets, right? But also, you'll notice something interesting here is this Squadmas Advent calendar. We don't get gifts every day, we get them every other day, as though there wasn't a lack of content, or a lack of content in the content desert that is Squadbusters right now anyway. There's really not too much to talk about, but I'm again at... Whoa, what? Are you... what? Okay, hang on, I just gotta screenshot this really quick. So if I change the volume here, I don't even know if it affects the volume in the video. I don't think it does. But yeah, apparently I have 2 Squad League rewards. I don't know if I've ever been on the global leaderboard before, so maybe that's why I'm getting 2. So maybe there is something to that. Or I don't even know if I think I was always on the local, maybe, but I don't know. It's something weird is going on. That's all I know. The trophy amounts aren't showing correctly. And honestly, again, I think I've already said in the previous video, or the one right before this, a month ago, essentially, that I would like to at least try to get first place on the leaderboard at least once, you know, just for the sake of it before the game evaporates into nothingness. But again, what actually happens is, for the last month, we got 2 pinata parties, which were actually exceedingly more difficult to complete than I thought they would be, for one simple reason. Usually when you wanted to complete the pinata party mode, you would go to the Discord server for Squadbusters, and you could put in your link, and then people could trustingly use that link to put in if they had enough sticks. They had their own system, essentially, right? So if you had 300 sticks, you could say, oh, you can apply to my pinata if you also have 300 sticks, something like that. But the issue is there's such a thing as pinata scammers. Again, as ridiculous as that sounds, people that don't want to play the game but also want to max pinata for some reason could go in with 0 sticks, claim they had some amounts, they click the link, you accept on their name, because for some reason in the game they never made it so it says, oh, this person wants to join your pinata, and they have 0 sticks. It doesn't tell you how many they have, so you click to accept, and then you find out all of a sudden they have 0 sticks, and now you've wasted a pinata slot that you could have had someone else with sticks in there. So essentially we're back to that, and it gets even goofier because, again, to even find people that are still playing Squadbusters, of course you're going to go to the Squad Discord, because where else would you even go? I don't know. But if you try to put your link in there, it tells you can't try soliciting sticks from the server because you're supposed to use their you're supposed to use their bot so that, again, you can safely trade sticks. But their bot isn't working anymore because the API was shut down, essentially, because they know they're going to end the game, which also means you can't check your Squadbusters stats anymore on any of those websites because they just shut down the API. So again, the API is the thing that would also track how many sticks you have, and it just doesn't work now because they shut it down, which is... Also, again, I checked all of them. I tried to check all because I wanted to see how many chest multipliers I had, because I stopped using them a very long time ago. I could individually try and count them, but why would I do that? It's just not worth it. Doesn't really... There's no purpose to it. But again, we only have one more squaddy coming in, which should be the Musketeer. And again, depending, I think they said we could get it for free through an event, so if I end up getting that, whatever happens, after I get the Musketeer, then I'll start using all my multipliers, because there's no point in holding on to them, obviously, right, the game is ending. So, again, I think I had some hundreds of these things, though, right, I just have a lot of them. But yeah, we had the pinata parties, and then we also had the event that I was very frustrated by before, which I think most people were, was the arcade coins event. and you had to play Arcade Blitz, and you had to rank #1 on a leaderboard to get more arcade coins. Again, I saw it and I was already like, oh no, I don't want to do that again. And I was saying that to, again, the free-to-play player that I talked to kind of, again, get a feeling for what it's like for free-to-play players on the game, but it actually, again, I kind of ate my own words because it really wasn't so bad this time. But that's only because the arcade coins were still as hard to get as usual, but they cut the prices in the arcade shop in half, essentially. So I don't know if it was half exactly, but the prices were decreased very significantly is the point. And they're decreased so much that if you got first place on the leaderboard, you actually would have enough tokens or arcade tokens to buy out the entire shop the next day. So you didn't actually have to waste your time grinding this time, which was really nice. You only had to grind the first day on the arcade shop. And then obviously, again, if you guys haven't recognized it, from that shop we did end up getting the new Barbarian King skin, which should show the name here. It's literally just called Arcade. You know, it's you see the season pass names every month, right? You know they can't come up with original names. They just call it the December pass. Do you expect anything different for the skin names, right? It's just Arcade. It's not Barbarian King Arcade, it's just Arcade. He's an arcade machine now. And speaking of arcade machines, again, we should be getting 8-bit into the game whenever that update drops. Again, we're going to have some similar character event to unlock 8-bit, just like we did for PEKKA. But again, PEKKA's just been in a state where I very, very rarely see anyone playing PEKKA, and if they are, they usually don't do too well. So, you know, that's not a good thing. Like, again, why does the shop say new? There's nothing in the shop. I already claimed everything I could from the shop. But again, between the arcade coin event and the pinatas, I don't think anything else happens. Again, maybe I'm forgetting something, but that was the entire month, right? So it's been quite the drought, if you will, for Squad Busters. Trying to remember what placement. I know I did stay on the global leaderboard. It was probably around like 890 or something. Obviously I'm not on it now, but that's just because the trophies seem to be glitched out. But again, the only other thing I can really think to do is show you guys all the stats I have, because there's really just not that much going on, believe it or not, in the game that they're going to discontinue. But I completed the Skeletons one, but I think I showed you that last month. I completed Boxer Robots. I completed Guards. So I am slowly making progress on these as well. Again, not that it matters too much. And I think it's just those 3 for now. But again, obviously, maps that were added earlier, monsters that were added earlier, the ones that you see more often are the ones that are going to be the easiest to complete. Again, I would like to complete all these if within reason, you know, if it's something that does seem achievable before the game ends. But there is one on here that is going to be, you know, impossible to complete, which is Butterfly Season, unless you just played the game a lot during that time, because essentially it's actually the easiest one to complete, ironically, because every match included Butterfly Season during the PEKKA event, but now none of them do because it's not an actual modifier. It's essentially just the Loot Goblin Rush, but they drop butterflies, so I don't know. It's frustrating that essentially you'd never be able to complete that thing unless you played a lot during that one point. But yeah, I'll show off the treasure room. I'm currently on basement 7, which you could probably even tell by the number I'm on, I'm guessing. Again, I'm wondering, is there an infinite amount of these basement levels, or is there a hard cap? I don't know. I guess I'll just have to keep you guys updated on that, I guess. Again, if I'm not mistaken, isn't there like a daily cap to how many of these purple orb oh, they call it portal energy. Isn't there a limit to how much portal energy you can get per day anyway? I don't remember, but I'm assuming probably more than 6 matches worth, so I haven't been maxing it or anything, but and I guess I could pay more attention when I'm playing through matches to figure that out. And again, of course, I'll just show you guys the stats. There's really not too much to show off here. Again, most of the things are going to remain the same. I guess I'd probably have more first place wins and all that. There's not like a true way to show you guys my win-loss rates or anything like that. Again, as you guys can probably see though, I do make lower placement sometimes in a particularly difficult match, but you know, it was mostly while I was playing the Royale King that I wasn't doing too great. I did try that for a while, but I think I figured out something else that might be worth mentioning actually. But yeah, again, here are the stats. Not really too much to say about that, but again, that's what the squad devs told us to do, right? Is they're not going to have a place where you can look at the stats essentially once the game ends, so just keep recording them if you care about that, or at the very least record them on the day before they're going to close the game, which I really hope they would at least announce when they're going to do that before they do. But I did switch up my squads and their abilities a little bit, so I'll just show you guys what I'm running right now. So again, Barbarian King is still probably the best hero in my opinion. I'm still running the burst shot with Leon to get that speed increase. It's very significant. And I actually started using scattershot laser because, to my surprise, if you shoot a hero with scattershot laser directly, it does like half their health. And again, it not only that, but the shots bounce so you can damage the squaddies as well. And it reloads kind of fast, so it's actually a lot better than I think most people think, and I hardly see anyone running this ever. And again, even if they are, it's usually pretty hard to see that they're running it because the shots are so fast. But between the Barbarian King punch, the scattershot laser, and the burst shots, again you get 2 of those, and then the 1 stun from the initial Barbarian King hit, you can almost knock out a hero with 1 push, essentially, if you make sure to aim both of these spells directly at your opposing hero, and it makes it a lot quicker to take out the bot players, that is, right? But then I'm also running Chicken for speed, Poco for healing, Goblin just to help me get more squaddies quicker. Again, I usually use the refreshes to get Goblin as quick as I can, so I can get the other 2, Chicken and Poco, faster. And then I do the same thing where I can hopefully get Bandit first, and then Wizard is very helpful for getting the spell cycle even faster. Tank is just powerful. Battle Healer heals, Optimus Prime can do decent damage and heal. And then Tails, Tank and Tails again essentially just give you even more survivability. It's really annoying having to defeat both of those characters twice. And they just have a lot of health and do pretty good damage even if they have slower shots, so I've been having some pretty good success with this composition, essentially. Again, no one really sees the scattershot laser coming. I don't see anyone running that. Mostly everyone right now is running Skeleton Barrel, from what I can see. Skeleton Barrel, the Charge Barbarians. What else do I see? I see heal packs pretty often. That one's really good to heal your hero if nothing else. Still see some Blazing Light, definitely fireballs and barrel bombs. I see a Shrink Potion every now and then, sometimes Sentry Crab. I see Hog Stampede a pretty fair amount. I see some giant turrets. I don't see too many people running Power Tank, interestingly, or at least it's never as obvious, at least anymore, because the tank becomes part of your squad now or something, instead of going directly after the enemy. And yeah, digging. I was experimenting with all the abilities or spells, as you guys can probably tell. Digging, Charge, and Eruption are just so awful. I don't think I could ever justify using those. The spells can't go past the water. They do hardly any damage. The stun is very, very short compared to other stuns. They're just not good. They're just not good. I don't know. Again, I don't think they even buffed the scattershot laser. I think people very much underestimate what it can do. So bolts that bounce through targets, 2 additional scattershot. So yeah, having the 2 additional helps very significantly. Again, if you keep in mind the goal is essentially not to eliminate squaddies but to eliminate the hero. If you just go straight for the other heroes, it's not too hard to knock them out, right? There's some heroes like Again, Royale King can be very annoying to get to him, but if you can, that's why the Mega Punch is so good. Because not only does it do a large amount of damage, obviously assuming you have him maxed out in a wide area, but it also knocks the squaddies back that can be sitting in front of the hero, so you can get a direct line to shoot off the other spells. And again, if you guys don't know, you don't even really have to aim them, right? You just have to be on top of the hero, because it always outlines whatever you're targeting with a yellow line. So you should, again, it's kind of hard to see. I wish it was a little more evident. I wish it was like red or something, maybe like dark red. But if you really pay attention, again, there's still strategy in this game, is what I'm saying. But again, let me know what you guys think the most powerful hero is right now, what spells you're running, what squaddies you're running, what your best stats are. Have you made it onto any of the leaderboards? Are you even still playing this game? Do you care about completing the book? And the last thing I was almost going to forget was, again, the Plaza Shop. I'm very close to being maxed out on hammers again, so again, I want to know what statues you guys think I should buy. I hopefully plan to get all of them anyway, but which one do you think I should be purchasing next? Again, hopefully I'll start getting some responses, but I also need to start getting to the point where I'm posting the videos where I'm asking for which Plaza statues I should buy next. But again, if I keep hitting max, I'll just end up buying one, and then if someone already said that, you know, it's good for them, but I don't know. As I hopefully plan to play more, I'll be getting more hammers as well, but again, I want to get these videos caught up first, of course, anyway, before I get to that. So yeah, I have everything else except these really expensive hammer statues, so I might just fill my plaza with these. But again, unfortunately, I can only place them on the main squares as well, so I have to choose which ones to keep and which ones to not keep, I guess, as you could say. Again, I have 2 of them already, as you guys can see over here, but I can switch out at least 2 more over here whenever I get them. But yeah, let me know if you guys are excited for the December update. Again, I'm intrigued by 8-Bit. I don't know if he's going to be as good as Barbarian King with his punch ability, but 8-Bit's ability to target the hero specifically might end up being really good. We'll have to see, but yeah, again, let me know if you're excited. I don't know exactly when the updates drops. It is December 1st, technically. Again, the update might actually be in the game already, because we have the Squadmas Advent Calendar, but I don't know when they're actually going to drop 8-Bit and all that, so we're just going to have to hang in there and see. But again, really nothing too much else going on right now, unfortunately. But yeah, again, hopefully you guys are still enjoying Squad Busters, and again, I'm pretty sure I've covered everything else. They haven't added any new modes in the last month or anything like that. Yeah, that should be everything. Nothing else to talk about, yeah. So, other than that, let's see how far I can take this, guys.